Hey, it's Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Monday, November 14th. So today we have the moon moving out of her place of power and moving into Leo energy. We have this shift where we are coming out of our shells a little bit. We are coming out of the funk of feeling a little bit insecure, a little bit defensive, a little bit attached to the past. And of course, with the moon in Leo energy, we're bringing some fire back. We are kind of busting out of our shells. We are looking for attention in a lot of ways because we have a truth to speak. We have some thoughts. We have some ideas that we want to share. We are in the mood to tell a little bit of a story of our inner adventure that we've been on. And let me just say that with the aspects here today, it is going to be a deeply profound aha moment kind of day. A lot of this is because we are nearing the ending of Scorpio season. So now this is when all the work, all the death, all the damage, all the destruction is finally going to result in us having an aha moment to see why it had to happen, to see where it is that we have to boss up and renew and rebirth and regenerate ourselves. This is definitely going to be a super revealing day. And we have the moon in bold, brave, courageous Leo energy, which is just a beautiful thing. So we do have the moon going void, of course, at 5:42 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will be locking into that beautiful Leo energy at 7:49 a.m. There are 8 different aspects here today, and 5 of them involve the moon. So let me just say, with the moon still in Cancer, we are going to be sitting across from and directly conflicting with Pluto, the great transformer, who is in Capricorn energy. Cancer and Capricorn energy sit across from each other in the zodiac wheel. It is all about safety and security and stability. The Cancer energy is more concentrated on the home, on the family dynamics, on the emotional safety and security, while the Capricorn energy is more concentrated on the financial part, the reputation part, the roles and responsibilities part. Now, let me just say that this particular aspect isn't going to feel very good. We have to sit in our fears, our doubts, our insecurities to recognize where it is that we don't feel safe, we don't feel secure, we don't feel stable. Now, granted, we have to sit in the funk in order for us to realize where it is that we have to bust free. But with Pluto, the great transformer himself, he leads us into the darkness only to make us appreciate the light. We have the moon in Cancer trining, which is a beautiful energy, with Venus, who is in Scorpio energy again. She is at the end of her empowerment story, digging herself out of this dark pit, this dark hole. And at this particular point in time, we are definitely realizing our wants, our needs, our desires in our personal relationships, with what it is that we want out of love, out of our personal connections, what it is that we value, what it is that we find to be worthy of our time, our energy, our affections, our love. This is a deeply transformative time with a lot of very, very interesting layers with our emotions, with our thoughts, with our perception. And Venus will go ahead and make a very, I'm going to say, uncomfortable interaction with Chiron there shortly after. Chiron, of course, is the wounded healer. And when Venus and Chiron get together, it's kind of stripping away the negative thoughts, the negative feelings, the fears, the doubts, the insecurities, the unworthiness, the unlovability. We definitely have to examine where it is that we learned these particular things about ourselves. What made us feel undeserving, unworthy of love? What has made us fearful of putting those walls down and letting people actually get close to us? This is a deep dive in our inner realm, in our psychology, in order to kind of illuminate where these issues began. And once we bring them into our awareness, we're able to actually flip the script and rewrite an empowerment story, which of course Venus is all about. We have the moon making a very powerful interaction with Uranus. This is about to crack us wide open. This is the shock factor. This is the aha moment. This is the huge amount of downloads being pushed into our crown right now. We have to shift our perspective. We have to shift our emotions. And this is the very beginnings of what is going to be a very powerful, profound, revelational day when it comes to our perception, our perspective, and our understanding. At 5:52 a.m., this is when the moon in Cancer makes its very last aspect before going void, of course, and of course, moving into that Leo energy. This is a beautiful energy because the moon is trining, beautiful, beautiful blending of energies with Jupiter, who is retrograde in Pisces energy. This again is water on water action. And water on water action means that we are cleansing ourselves of the lower vibrational frequencies, of the lower, heavier, weighted type of emotions in order for a true transformation to actually take place. Now, this is going to be big. This is going to shift our beliefs. This is going to show us where it is that we have a huge amount of growth possible for us, where we have a huge opportunity for growth, where it is that we can open up our head space, open up our heart space, and totally expand our perspective, our understanding, our perception of some of the things that have already transpired. Of course, Jupiter is retrograde in Pisces energy. So this is bringing up a lot of the tough love life lessons, the spiritual lessons that we have gone through. Very, very tough to navigate through. But now we're peeling back the layers on why they had to happen, what we can learn from them, what it is that, had to happen in order to push us into this particular place where we are essentially preparing for brand new soul contracts, brand new situations, brand new timelines. So this is when the moon will move into this Leo energy at 7:49 a.m. And we have our next aspect with Mercury, actually. And this is a sextile, a beautiful, beautiful triggering energy with Pluto. So you have Mercury, ruler of the mental plane, ruler of information, communication, and expression. In Scorpio energy, that of course, Pluto rules over. Pluto is the great transformer. He wants to push us into our power. He wants to push us into a new level of authority in our lives to take our power back and to literally step into the driver's seat. So what we get here today, because Pluto likes to take us on that deep psychological path, what we're getting here today is we're seeing more of the picture. We're seeing more layers of the situation that we've had a hard time accepting. We might reveal a little bit more truth within ourselves or from other people. We might have information coming in to our realm of awareness right now that removes the blocks that we've had or gives us an opportunity to finally see the big picture or see the truth that we were having a hard time seeing. This is a powerful shift in perspective. This is a powerful, I'm going to say, deep dive into a certain topic and theme that we have felt spiritually torn over. This is also putting us in a very interesting position to see where strategy is needed, to see the pros and cons of a decision that we currently have on our plate. And we are willing to push the boundaries of our comfortability in order to see what is possible for us if we just got out of our own way. Now, when it comes to communication and conversations, we are doing a deep dive there as well. We are not in the shallow end. We are in the deep end. We are in Scorpio season. We have questions. We need answers. And it might feel like we are detectives because, of course, Scorpio energy is the detective of the zodiac. We are looking to get to the very bottom of the barrel of the truth. We want to talk about things that are meaningful, things that have purpose, things that can totally shift and change the way not only that we've been thinking, but the way that we've been feeling. And it's time to really do a deep dive into our inner realm to see where the blockages are, where the fears are, where the doubts, the insecurities are, and to push ourselves past those particular memories, thoughts, emotions, situations, and seeing what it is that those particular elements are blocking us from actually pursuing. This is going to free us from what has been a very difficult situation. So it's very profound. We will never be the same. These are aha moments that we can't unknow, and it will forever change the path that we are going to be walking as we move forward. Now, even more than this beautiful, profound aspect between Mercury and Pluto, we have the Sun in Scorpio trining, beautiful blending of energies, with Neptune, who is retrograde in Pisces energy, its place of power. This is another water on water aspect. And let me just tell you, this is pushing us to see the situation from a different level. If Mercury and Pluto has us in the lower level realm of our physical reality, using our intellect to process the data, the statistics, the information from our egoic state, then the Sun and Neptune have us elevating to our higher selves to see what we just kind of realized from an even higher perspective, a bigger, broader perspective. We see, yes, in between the lines, we feel the subtle energies, our intuition coming forward to give us a bigger, broader stroke, let's say, of the change in perspective that we just had. And this is a little bit more fluid because we get to kind of step back and observe. We're not really in it, like the Mercury and Pluto energy, we're in it. We have all of our senses activated. We are in this situation. We're receiving this information. We're feeling the shift. We are in it. But the Sun and Neptune's transit brings a little bit more grace, a little bit more beauty, a little bit more intuition, a little bit more of an observer type of observation and mentality in order for us to see the beauty in it, the beauty in the struggle, the beauty in the pain, the beauty in the trauma, the beauty in the suffering. And because of this, now we're inspired. This is literally a situation when we have these aha moments and shifts within ourselves. This essentially changes who it is that we are, and it changes the path that we are willing to take. So this particular energy, it's very mystical, very magical. It's going to feel good, right? We might be thinking in a perspective that, yes, this is a good thing, but guess what? This is feeling good from another level. So this is, again, just adding to the, I'm going to say, abundant perspective shift that we are having here today. And we end the day off with the moon making an aspect with Neptune. This is actually the only aspect that the moon in Leo gets to make here today. And this particular interaction with Neptune is almost like trying to get our spirits up to par, get our motivation, our determination up to par, to give us the boldness, the bravery, the courage that we need to align and actually begin to pursue this new path, this new direction, with this new awareness, with this new understanding. It is essentially revving our engines up. We're still in a time of non-action, but the inner realm, getting to that preparatory stage where we're ready to take action. We've thought about it. We've felt our way through it. We've strategized. The minute that we are gifted with that green light go, we know exactly where to put our time, energy, attention, and focus.